People've gotta understand. You gotta attack, attack, attack. But don't get him mistaken. Certain individuals you don't attack, you run from. I'm talking, if I see you, and believe me, I will, I'll put you down quickly. Why don't you get up off the top of your bunk bed, get down, get in front of the TV, and provide a little more serious effort into this game. Because what I'm talking about, what Dr. Disrespect's talking about, is some pain deliverance. And if you wanna approach me, I'll be real serious with you. If you wanna approach me, I will kill you immediately.
Hello, everybody, and I hope y'all are doing well today. So today, the topic is going to be talking about the two-time Dr. Disrespect, whatever you know him as. Doc has been in the gaming streaming space since about 2011, amassing as many as 4.6 million subs on YouTube. But recently, he has been in the news for quite the controversy, going as far as outlets like NBC News and Bloomberg reporting on it. But before we hop into all of that mess, we are going to talk about his history just for those that don't really know it. So let's get into it, kids. Fuck, wrong line.
Time to dominate. Oh, you want some? How about that? Where's your sister? Oh, there she is. I hate snipers. When a sniper wants to stand back, it's a mistake. When you get in control of the second story, you gotta prove yourself that you can hold your ground. And when you face the Dr. Disrespect, there ain't no questions at all. Look at this guy. Oh, you wanna come down that alley? That's a mistake.
So at the beginning of our story here, Doc was born Herschel Beam, I believe is how you pronounce it, I think. But regardless, in the late 1982, and he graduated from California State Polytechnic University, playing Division II basketball. Bizarre start for this, by the way, for where he ends up. But, besides the point, it also made a name for himself online in the first two Halo games for his voice chat trash talking around 2004-ish, which, if you were around then, obviously that was a very big thing back then. Then if we fast forward to 2010, January 12th, he made his first streaming video. Not really streaming, but more YouTube commentary video under the alias Dr. Disrespect while playing MW2. Or for y'all out there that don't know what that means, and y'all know who you are, it is Modern Warfare 2. Anyways, he played the game while consistently trash talking with footage of him in his now iconic outfit that has been described as unique and like a WWE esports player. And with that video going viral, he also later on made a partnership with Machinima. Afterwards, in February 11th, he announced a hiatus because of his upcoming appointment as community manager at Sledgehammer Game Studio during the cycle for Advanced Warfare, where he also expanded to assisting with level design as well as where he joined Justin.tv, which obviously would later become Twitch. And in 2015, he quit and finally became a full-time streamer, of which Doc notably came into his own really during the Battle Royale games, like Black Ops 4, H1Z1, PUBG, that type of thing. And then in 2018, reaching upwards of 388,000 concurrent viewers, nearly overtaking Tyler 1's record at the time. Is one I don't feel like I see talked about too very often. But this is when Doc was banned in 2019. So for context, our boy Doc was at E3 that year and was live streaming the event where he continued the stream for some reason while he even went to the bathroom, breaking Twitch's privacy rules, obviously, as well as privacy laws in general, causing him to be banned from Twitch and losing his E3 pass while also banned from attending E3. So my guy, what was the point of you doing that? It's just something this fucking stupid. Was pissing in front of an audience that entertaining that you just had to get it on camera. Just go do a golden shower OnlyFans at this point. Holy shit. But anyways, back to the point. He was reinstated on Twitch on June 25th.
Dan! The bodyguard! Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta take a diarrhea. Be right back.
Now, to the main course that we're all here for. Now, around 2020 March, Beam signed a multi-year deal with Twitch. So on June 26th, Twitch officially permanently banned him, offering the vague statement, "As is our process, we take appropriate action when we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of our community guidelines or terms of service. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or prominence in the community," which, after a statement like that obviously made a lot of the community very confused on why he was banned due to Twitch providing no reason and an incredibly vague statement, as well as the fact that Doc at that time was arguably Twitch's golden boy. Especially with, I believe Mixer was going down at that time, and Ninja was still over Mixer. So Doc really was Twitch's golden boy at that time. So this confused a lot of the community. Now, on that same exact day, Discord removed him from their partnership program, referring to their code of conduct with neither citing a specific reason, leading to some assuming the two to be connected, and Doc claiming he had not been informed of the reason, which at the time wasn't uncommon for Twitch, and I mean arguably still isn't uncommon for Twitch. So many people bought Doc's story at the time. We'll get back to that later. Well, a month later, an interview specifically with PC Gamer and Washington Post, Beam claimed he still did not have a reason from Twitch, but that his contracts were still in good standing and trying to debunk conspiracy theories from fans. But don't worry, we'll be coming back to that. But he also stated he'll be focusing on coming back to streaming. And then on August 7th, he started streaming on YouTube. So let's fast forward to August the next year, 2021. Doc claims he now knows the reason behind the ban and will be soon. However, he still hadn't told the community what that reason was at the time. So a lot of us kind of assumed we weren't going to hear it, right? Twitch and Beam both announced the legal battle was over, that neither party admitted to wrongdoing, tweeting afterwards that he would not be returning to Twitch, referring to them and I quote, "slithery, disgusting purple snakes." Now, in April of this year, claiming the ban and drama caused him to lose multiple deals, referring to Oakley and Nike specifically, going as far as to claim he had Oakley prototypes that he could pull out. And afterwards, on May 29th, Beam was reached out to by Kick, another streaming platform. Apparently offered a $10 million annual deal to stream exclusively on Kick, and which was not shocking considering how many banned Twitch streamers Kick tries to scoop up from the bottom of the barrel. Doc responded saying how he appreciated the offer and was very humbled by it, but he would need 50 big ones, which obviously is an insane request, which the head of strategic partnerships, Andrew Santamaria, obviously replied with, "He's an amazing streamer, but we need to ground things in reality." Which about now, they're probably happy to have made that decision, but, you know, maybe not given recent events on Kick. Now, to get to the recent events everyone's here for, on June 21st, the former Twitch director of strategic partnerships, Cody Cotter, tweeted out he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor. In the then existing Twitch Whisperers product, he was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Now, remember that statement will be coming back to that. But another employee did corroborate the story with The Verge, and Doc responded by saying the legal battle was already done and no wrongdoing was acknowledged, which is obviously a pretty bizarre statement to make given the accusation. You would think Doc would be cutting down the accusation, but instead he wouldn't deny it entirely. Just that no wrongdoing was found, and cover it in legalese. But moving along, now on the 24th, you can see a moment where Doc looks at his phone and is just horrified, like he got the worst news of his life. And moments afterwards, suddenly talks about going on vacation, definitely, and that he's going to start today, which, combined with the rest of everything, is incredibly suspicious. Roll the clip.
I don't know. I'm just feeling burnt out. You know? Maybe it's time to start something new, something different. You know, challenge those creative senses. A desire to explore different realms, if you will. But I think the first and foremost, though, is, you know, I did have a sort of a planned vacation coming up. And I think I might just extend that starting today, starting now. You know, one of these, let's take a step back. I mean, it is what it is. People get fatigued, right, champs?
Not long afterwards, Midnight Society, a game studio Doc founded, announced they were dropping him. Next, Turtle Beach, a gaming headset company that have partnered with Doc quite a few times and for quite a long time, announced they were dropping him as well. As Bloomberg reported on this as well and corroborated with supposedly 3 sources as well. Again, don't worry, we're coming back to that. But according to Bloomberg, the sources said the messages were sexually explicit, which obviously is incredibly bad, but extremely vague. And according to the sources, they claimed he also asked the minor their plans to TwitchCon. And I saw Ackman talk about this as well, but I just wanted to make this point as well. Doc, what the fuck was your plan? You're easily one of the most noticeable Twitch streamers with your height, your build, and your outfit. Did you think you just could sneak out with a child? Now, according to these sources, the messages got reported through Twitch's reporting system, and a spokesperson for Discord claimed they took action in 2020 after hearing from a trusted industry peer. Got all of the HR talk, but moving on, during all of this, Doc had put out some vague tweets, not really explaining anything and just kind of talking in legalese. But finally, Doc puts out a tweet. A third tweet has hit the towers. And when I first saw it, the new tweet was, "Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. All the people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society, and we made the painful decision collectively to have you step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were the Twitch whisper messages with an individual back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind those messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by settlement. Let me be clear, this was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges has ever been filed against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should never have maintained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should never have happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my own shit. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things with those type of people. Fuck that. There's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Now, don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said this all sooner. You guys have always shown me and my family love, support through all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the fucking best community. In circle, if any of this made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore. But you know you have always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with the entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. But I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made the mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right. Which is an absolutely wild tweet for him to just come out with. However, I have a few issues with it. Namely, if you notice, he uses a lot of language. Like there was no real intention to make it seem like it wasn't that bad. However, to be 1010% clear, we're still talking about a 35-year-old man cheating on his wife with a child. Back then we assumed it was like a normal cheating scandal, but clearly not. Now, but also, why the fuck were you doing this response fully in character? Take off the outfit and bit when you're admitting to being a whole ass pedophile. Hello, everybody. Just a quick post edit here. I realized I forgot to put this in the script as well. So Doc did edit the tweet, and I forgot to put this in. Doc edited the tweet 3 times. He kept pulling the word minor in and out 3 times. I'm assuming this dipshit did not realize that on Twitter you can see when somebody edits a tweet, it literally says last edited at such and such time, and you can see all the edits they made. So I just want to edit that in real quick. Have a fun rest of the video. Now let's talk about some of the bad journalism that has been taking part here, where I said we get back to it. Now this is the part of the research that was incredibly frustrating from the sheer negligence on display and covering up on both ends. But let's talk about the bad journalism first. So Slasher is an ex-esports player and analyzer, and he has been a known reporter that leaks insider info for quite a while now. So in 2020, when Doc got banned, Slasher vaguely implied that he knew the reason for the ban, but all of a sudden when journalists vaguely implied, or I apologize, all of a sudden when Cody comes out, Slasher wants to say and do this media run. For example, when he won a Destiny stream, Destiny pressed about the age, and he didn't really have an answer. He also claims that Twitch doesn't have to drop the logs or comments to protect the victims. How the fuck does that even make sense? How the fuck does that protect the victims? Just redact the names. It's not that serious. Going as far as to claim it would be illegal to drop the logs of minors. Please cite that law for me, Captain Dipshit.
Why Twitch was unable to say anything, and why they do not say anything, and why something like the logs are never going to come out, nor should you want to see them.
But is there an
not
answer
only-
that's good, or is it just like a to protect the victim thing?
Well, they're the two main answers, and yeah, all that it needs to be focused on is that, quote unquote, it not only endangers the victim, which needs to be the priority, Destiny. It's not for
Wait, how
mean-
how does it endanger the victim?
any potential for the victim to be identified.
How could it possibly lead to the victim being identified? Like, did they include their address in like every single message to the doc? They're like, hey,
No,
what's up, doc? It's me, Samantha from 4227 Ames Street in Des Moines. Like,
I understand, but there have been people scouring the internet for 4 years for every potential person, and like there have been many women that have been harassed in this entire situation by people on the internet who thought that they were involved in the situation. Many women have had their lives fucked up from not just the situation, but even other interactions unrelated to this specific case with Doc. And there is something I was going to show you, later.
okay, but now there's only one circumstance where I could see this making sense. When you say, if you show the logs, it could potentially be bad because it might implicate somebody. The only way that this argument makes sense is if the doc had a large number of victims. Because in my mind, the first thing I think of is like, okay, well, if you show the logs,
To publicly show underage minors and their conversations.
there's
Why would-
no shot that's illegal. Wow, what?
Companies cannot divulge private information, especially in that case, to the public. They
Right.
and not only that,
Slasher, I don't think what you're saying is true about not being able to divulge it. But also the thing that doesn't make the most sense here is you're saying that
it is true. So it doesn't really.
what are you saying is true?
Wait, hold on. If
The-
two people are having text with each other, so like for instance, for that one girl that convinced that boy to kill himself, didn't we see all of their texts like published in the media? You're saying that was illegal, or?
I don't know what. I would have to look at how the text became public. Was it through one of the two parties that made the text public, or was it were the text subpoenaed in the case, and that is why they became public? Those two things are very important here. But this is. No, you don't have to. I mean, the new piece of information which I have reported are that I have a direct source with knowledge of the Whispers themselves, who was instrumental into the very small circle with firsthand knowledge of the case and impactful within it. And that ex-Twitch employee, has told me that Doc was aware that the minor was a minor, was made aware that he was a minor during the conversations, and the conversations continued to be and even got more explicit sexually after that was acknowledged.
Do you know the age of the person?
Was not used in the reporting.
Are they 17 or are they younger than 17?
Because it does not exist. He also claims, or I apologize, he also has literally lied, claiming that Doc got arrested, and also claiming that he has a source that just happens to be Doc's neighbor, for being called out by Hassan's chat. Slasher just keeps acting like he has significantly more information than he does about the situation, and continues to muddy the waters, and makes it incredibly difficult to find out what really occurred.
I did get a DM about an hour ago from someone who lives in Encientes, near Rancho Santa Fe. That is the area that Dr. Disrespect lives in. And he sent me a screenshot from his next door, which is in that area. And there is a comment. This was from 11 a.m. this morning, so this is before my article came out. There is a comment that says, "We just saw Dr. Disrespect in handcuffs. He lives right there. I assuming it has something to do with the accusations." Okay, I cannot confirm or verify anything, but this is coming from someone who is in that next door, and this is from
bro. Okay, listen.
My other major issue with Slasher, as well as the sources for Bloomberg, haven't even seen the messages being reported on. To the point when Willie Mack asked him about it, Slasher repeatedly tried to weasel out before Willie kept pressing him and finally got the answer that he has not seen the messages. So this could be anywhere from mild flirting to nude images, which both are horrible, obviously, but it would be a very important distinction between the two, and as far as severity. Now, I need to talk about my issue with Twitch's handling of the situation. I have to put a lot of blame questioning on Twitch here, if nothing else, for the fact you've had these logs since 2020 at least, and you kicked him off your platform never offered logs, never told told anybody about it, or came out and said anything. But clearly it was being talked about inside with Slasher and many journalists, as well as several Twitch streamers, such as Destiny and Turkey Tom, talking about hearing about it. But yet Twitch hasn't dropped that info and just let this predator roam free. And possibly make more victims for 4 years, which leads me to assume one of two scenarios. One being the messages were real, but they were closer to mild flirting, and so they couldn't file against Dr. Disrespect. So they bought him out to save their reputation. And then two being the messages are as bad as humanly possible. And with Mixer going over, Twitch was nervous about it and about their star being a pedophile. So they brought him out and to keep him quiet and wanted to keep it under wraps to not lose reputation. However, what makes that one weird is there was a point where Doc was basically begging Twitch to drop the reason. However, I still lean a little bit more towards option 2. So now for the part of this that really pissed me off personally. So when Doc admitted to what he did, the Quartering replied with firm handshakes, which, if you don't know, was a phrase of Doc's. So this was obviously in support. But on top of that, he also dropped a video in which he claimed that Twitch dropped this to hurt Nick Merckx, who had been shitting on trans people. You'd be thinking, how are those related? What a fucking reach. And you would be completely correct. But on top of that, Nick has been doing this for months. So all of a sudden, Twitch doing this now would be incredibly random. But on top of that, we have no proof that Twitch was who leaked it. As far as we know, was a former Twitch employee. And on top of all of that, there's also quite a few people coping and claiming there's no proof. And they're like, but like, Doc literally fucking admitted to it. But I do also understand that every streamer will have loyal fans like that, especially when they're as big as Doc, that will continue to defend them to their death. Which in this case is unfortunate, but you're most likely not going to be able to turn them otherwise. Now, the other example I wanted to talk about here was the talent Simps Nico claiming this.
Dr. Disgusting, says Valkyrie. Yuck, says Pokimane. Everyone hates you, but as soon as that second hits midnight, then she can sign up on OnlyFans, sell her body, and then everyone's going to parade around and say, you go, queen! You're an independent girl boss! Slay! Clown world. I don't know everything about Dr. Disrespect, but what is the, like, let's break it down. Pokimane pretty much does softcore porn for 14-year-old boys. Her audience is 95% men who are jerking off the entire stream. Pokey, I want to poke you, Pokey. Twitch. I might get banned on Twitch by saying this, but it is what it is, bro. They run Twitch because they are turning people into simps. And simping is them, here's another 3,000 gifted, ding, ding, jerking off all day. Most of them are teenagers. Most of them are underage. It doesn't even matter to them because Twitch is 13 plus. So they're okay if you're 13 years old, edging to Pokemon all day. But if Dr. Disrespect texts a girl who's 17 years old, 11 months, 364 days, 59 minutes and 59 seconds, he's the worst person ever. Why? Someone tell me how that makes any sense. And as soon as that second goes away, she's a prostitute. Everybody cheers. Pokimane, your audience is just jerking off watching you, and everybody knows that. And you know it. Look at her. She's looking down saying, stop that. Look at that cringe. She's cringing at her simp fans jerking off on the stream all day, and she's aware of it. And then she has the balls to go say Dr. Disrespect's a terrible person. Bro, this is my problem with this.
They're both bad people, but like that doesn't.
But nobody cancels Pokimane. There's no hate brigade. Everyone's
she
like,
text a 17-year-old.
but she has 13-year-olds jerking off to her, and she's fine with it and monetizing it. How is that any better?
I get that, but what do you want her to do? Not show her face, like,
or don't get on a moral high ground about
like
Dr.
I mean, the way she's like, it doesn't look like she's dressed
fine,
crazy.
but she has no legs to stand on in a moral high ground about Dr. Disrespect when Twitch is 13 plus and her entire chat is jerking off to her, and she's aware. She's like right here. She's just
in a perfect world, what do you want her to do?
Don't talk shit about Dr. Disrespect. You have no legs to stand on. You cannot say that you're better than Dr. Disrespect and be like, canceled. He doesn't deserve a platform. When she has thousands of 13-year-old boys beating their meat to her.
So obviously those are not comparable at all. You know it's bad when Neon is the one making sense. Namely, Pokemon's content isn't inherently sexual to begin with. You can maybe argue she thirst traps poses sometimes. even if I grant you that she doesn't target 13-year-olds, meanwhile you're simping for Doc, who's literally after a minor and literally cheated on his wife with a minor. Sneeko also posted a tweet proudly proclaiming that if you sleep with a girl 17 years old in 11 months, you'd be a bad guy. But if she waits that month and becomes a porn star, everyone will celebrate her. However, there's one more problem. Where the fuck is that age coming from? We have zero proof or zero clue on what her age is. Hey everyone, Post Edit Hunter here. I forgot to put this part in the script. However, Nick Merckx and Tim Tatman did put out statements as well, so I'm going to be putting those in here as well. I forgot to put that in the script. Kind of wild to be talking about this shirtless in your backyard, but you know what? Sure, we'll take it. So I'm going to put those in right here, and y'all enjoy the video.
Yo, checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet. And in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was texting an underage girl and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? There's no excuse for something like that. And I can't support it. Hang on, honey. Doing this, talking to Twitter. I can't support it. I can't defend it. And look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with the guy and it feels a little weird, but what can you do, you know? So I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and how I'm feeling. And I mean, look, I hope you guys have a good day, all right? Yo, checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet. And in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was...
Wow, this is absolutely insane, bro. Everything I'm seeing. I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years, and seeing everything that is spiraling right now is a very difficult thing for me personally, and I'm sure for a lot of y'all out there. I think for me, I know a lot of you are asking, Tim, what are you feeling? Tim, what are you feeling? My bottom line, I think, is if what he is saying, where he said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate, if he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that. I can't. I appreciate y'all. This is beating me up, but this is unfortunate to say the least. This is awful. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love you give, and I'll see y'all soon, man.
So that about wraps up the story and about my thoughts on it. All that's left to say is it's really a damn shame, but I'm glad some of these people showed their true colors during this. And please remember to hold your favorite streamer accountable for the heinous shit they say / do. Within reason, obviously. We don't need to like cancel people for edgy shit they say, like for like them saying like an edgy joke. That was just them trying to be funny. But obviously, when like your favorite streamer is a fucking pedophile or something, obviously. But regardless, I hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully there'll be more content like this in the future. And I'll hopefully see you all in a couple weeks with a new video. Hopefully, please consider liking and subbing if you enjoyed the content. I will see you all later. Oh, and one more thing. And Doc, leave those kids alone.
Oh God, got a bulletproof vest, but you ain't ready for these shots. All these holes in your story like a fresh pair of Crocs. You invested in these miners like some S&P stocks, and you cheating on your wife with that kid on Roblox.